Hi, y'all. So this is called, I'm going to call it Love Yourself. We're constantly putting ourselves last all the time. Like everything goes first, everything, every single time. It doesn't matter. Um, you know, when you love yourself more than anything, fear doesn't stand a chance because no matter what happens, good, bad, ugly, you are going to be okay. And fear hates that. It hates it when you love yourself that much because when you do, you are the boss, not it. And I mean, speaking of being the boss, and I'm so guilty of this, but you are not a machine, you are a human being. I am doing a lot better in that avenue because I was working until like 3 a.m. Eastern because it's midnight on the Pacific coast, and then I get up at 7 a.m. and do it all over again because of the East Coast people getting up in the morning. So if I can become better at not being machine, anyone can. If you aren't working, nothing else will. But if you are miserable, it's going to affect your work. And if you are miserable at work, it's going to affect you at home. So the only constant in both scenarios is you. And a better life can be yours as soon as you are ready to start loving yourself. Stop playing the it's easy for them to say and start playing the I deserve it song. It's my time. And we are like, I've said this before, we are such jerks to ourselves, especially women. I mean, would you ever work for someone who talked to you the way you talked to yourself? And I've said this before of, if somebody walked into my house and talked to me and said some of the things that I've said to myself, I would punch them in the face. And it wasn't until I started saying, I love you to myself in the mirror. It's very empowering when you express self love immediately. It's time to stop letting the freeloaders, the things like anxiety and stress, hang out and not like they don't pay any rent. Don't let them live in your head. Don't let them live there. If it doesn't serve you, it's time to keep it moving. Just imagine how life would change for you if you booted out negative freeloaders that spend rent-free time in your head and invited in more magical things like vulnerability, self-love, play, positivity, trust. Those things not only pay the rent on time, but they make big deposits of health, focus, confidence, a sense of peace. But they also pay for months that haven't even happened yet. And I always say we're not guaranteed tomorrow, but if tomorrow does indeed come, won't it be nice to have those um, debts paid in advance? And when you love yourself, you have no time for the freeloaders in your mind because you realize they're only there to trick you. It's time to kick them to the curb. It's time to realize that you are enough. You were born ready and you have more power than you realize. So choose courage over comfort. Be brave. Open the door. Step through it. I started to get brave and bold, and confidence opened doors for me, both personally and professionally. So there is power in being brave. And being brave enough to be exactly who you are is the biggest exhibit of bravery, in my humble opinion, that you can possibly give. No one else can be you. Only you can be you. That's your superpower. Only you can be you. And I read a chapter of this particular book every day, but one of the lines in it that really stood out to me, I have a chalk wall in front of me, and I write my goals and my things that, like, my dates that are very important of what I need to do. But there is one sentence, and I don't know if I'm going to erase it or not yet, but it says, all I am and all I do is from love. And it really resonates with me because it's true. All I am and all I do is from love. I don't maliciously intend to do anything ever. When I first, like, when boyfriend and I were first having a conversation about something, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just mortified at the idea that that could happen. Like, it's just, all I do and all I am is from love. And for there to be people out there that don't operate that way still blows my mind to this very moment. It just is mind-boggling to me. But I wanted to leave you with that, and I wanted to remind you to love yourself. It is very, very important because it all starts with you. And it wasn't until I started to love myself again that things started to turn around for me. I had to choose. Then the things happened. It's not that the things happened and then I started to love myself. No, it happened the exact opposite. I chose to love myself and then things started to happen. But I love y'all so, so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye.